What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today's video is not gonna be, crazy long. It's not gonna be, normal long as well. What I want to really do here is I want to show you guys what I recently managed to do just using Claude AI and ChatGPT for some prompting. As you know, we are on the Qbox framework that we've been working on since 3 days ago, and what I've been really trying to build now is trying to get a advanced system for the police job so that the police gets an MDT, and they also have a dispatch system. And that's what I did within a few hours, within like 3 hours of prompting. What I want to show you here is what I managed to do. So first of all, let me just lower up my volume a little bit. So what I managed to do actually is, if we go ahead, if we have the job as police and we have any of the ranks within the police force, if we do /MDT, what you guys can see here is that we have this MDT system. And within this MDT system, we have something like notifications. We're gonna have the option to toggle this to a light theme, a white theme, and also a dark theme, which is not functional yet. But as you can see, we have a lot of these options on the left side. We got the dispatch, we got the active calls, we've got the citizens, which we can search from the database, vehicles, weapons, registry, licenses, reports, evidence, BOLO, warrants, arrests, criminal code. So these are all criminal codes. You can see, what they're called, what felonies we have, how much fine for it, how much jail time, and how many points a user gets for this, misdemeanors, and also infractions. And for the charges admin, what the admins can do, so what is specific, let's say the chief role, what the chief can do is that they can set certain charges to be available or not available, and then he can also change, the fine amount. So if we do this 2.5k and the minimum jail time is 25 months and we save it, over here, as you can see, for speeding 1 to 15 over, it's going to result in a $2.5 thousand fine and a 25 minutes real lifetime jail time. And then of course you can make new charges if there's something missing in this table. In the MDT, we got an incident history, we've got the roster, available officers on duty, we got the announcements, settings, and admin with all the logs being displayed. And I'm not gonna lie, just with 3 hours of work, with extensive prompting on what the MDT is supposed to do, this is absolutely insane in my opinion. And same for the announcements. You can just say like meeting at the police station, and if you type here everyone show up now, what's gonna happen is when you post this and let's say you close the MDT, you open the MDT, all of the officers that are on duty will get a alert which says department announcement. Clicking on that is a notice that everybody has to show up at the police station. And over here we have the citizens tab, so you can search by the Qbox framework's citizen ID, by their phone number, or by their, first name, last name, whatever. My character in game is Jacob Tester, so if I just look up TE, it's gonna find up my character here. And as you can see, I got some picture over here. I've got the overview. I have an arrest history, all of the identity information. We have the vehicles that I own, and this is correct. I own one vehicle, which I bought quite recently. And let's see. And then I have no firearms, no notes. I only have a driver license, no weapon, and no business license. And these active calls are essentially all of the dispatch calls that I have made as a separate script as well. And over here, what we have actually is, as you see, we have the dispatch. So on duty units, it's only me in my case. And here we have all of the active calls which happened quite recently. And with time, these alerts go off the map. They're not going to show the entire time. But as an example, what I can show you now is if we press F6, this is the dispatch system. The UI is still a little bugged, but for after like 2 or 3 hours of work, I would say that this is still really good. You can put your status as responding to a specific call. You got possible shots fired, the street distance, weapon, and the units on the right side. You can set your call sign. You can do like 1 Adam 13. If you set that, it's gonna link with the MDT and the dispatch, and it's gonna show as your call sign here. You can also call yourself on scene, and then the code status will change. after some time. Let's see, if we go at station, the code status changes. See, at station is 1019, and the codes change, which other officers can see when they open up the dispatch themselves. And then of course you can hit the GPS location and it's going to show you where the call was, and then after time they'll disappear, but we can just close all of these calls and wait for new ones. So if I were to go to a store, I also did a store robbery script, which is quite simple with some easy mini games to do with, easy rewards to get. And if we go to a shop, first of all, let me actually pull up the config for you boys. Is if we go over to my scripts over here, we have the store robbery, and in the server side, I have the locations. And at the locations, we have all the stores, we have all the codes with the difficulty type of the mini games to be robbable. And if I just look up over here, fence cords, and fence cords, this is the person that buys stolen goods from us. And if we were to sell stolen goods, it would then give us money for whatever we have robbed from the store robbery. And because we don't have anything, it's not gonna work, so we're just gonna teleport to the seller where we can obtain the required items to do the store robbery. We're gonna buy equipment, and over here we have the options to buy a lockpick, a crowbar, advanced lockpick, or a drill. And the drill and the lockpick advanced one are required to rob the safes. The lockpick or the crowbar are needed to rob the registers itself. But I'm just gonna get one of each. I don't have money. Let me just give myself some money. We're gonna give ourselves some money, and then we're gonna proceed to buy ourselves a lockpick for the register, and then a drill for the safes. And I'm just gonna go for an example as this store right here. We're just gonna rush inside, and we are going to rob this. As you can see, we have the interaction break register open. And as soon as I break the register open, as you guys can see in the top right corner, this is what the police gets notified. The police gets the alert that there's a ongoing store register robbery, and on-duty officers that open up the MDT, they can see now there is a store robbery at this street, this location. You can respond and you can set your GPS, and then over here, this is where you can crack the safe. And to crack the safe, they also get a robbery alert as a separate store safe robbery. And we're just going to complete this minigame over here. Finish this and finish this one as well. And then do this one as well. And as you guys can see, we cracked the safe open. If police were open to the map, they can see that there is a 1090 dispatch code, store safe robbery, which is a big blip visible on the map, and then the other one which was right next to it but it already vanished away. But then you get these items. We got 2 marked bills which are valued at $468. I believe that's, let's see, yeah, so each of them are valued at $468, which means you're gonna get like 900 total, 900 plus total if you sell these items. So also during the robbery of the safes and the registers, you can get more rewards which have a percentage to drop, like a gold bar. The safe has a chance to drop some gold bar, a necklace, or some diamond stuff, and which then you can go ahead and sell to the ped. So we're just gonna go over to the ped. And as you guys can see, if you start punching, if you start a fight with somebody, police also gets notified. Same applies for the guns. If you take a high caliber weapon like the shotgun, and if you shoot at the gun a few times, see if you fire that gun a little bit, sometimes there's a slight delay. The chance is quite random to get notified. But if we give ourselves shotgun ammo, give item me ammo shotgun, and we're just gonna shoot it up. There we go. Shotgun fired. And now it's going to display a small dispatch code and a icon where the shots were fired on the map. And that way police can respond to the calls and set the GPS on the map and go to the actual calls. So it's a really nice system. I'm honestly really surprised what the AI did for us here. But now the last thing I want to show you is if you go ahead and sell the stolen goods, you can sell this and you will just receive clean cash. So yeah, that's basically it for the video, man. I just want to show you guys what's really doable with vibe coding nowadays in FiveM. And with using Claude AI, ChatGPT, there's a lot of possibilities. There is a lot of trial and error that will happen during the process, but this is something that, is common to happen. Of course, AI is not really able to do any custom third-party assets for you or custom maps, custom MLOs yet, but maybe with time, as AI gets better, I genuinely think that it will be possible. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. If you guys have some suggestions regarding a script that we can possibly make, let me know down in the comments below. And thank you guys so much for watching.